Everyone says that they need more leads, but in reality, what you need to do is be able to close leads that you think are dead and unmotivated. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a contract that was completely dead in the water. A seller didn't want to sell anymore. It was a dead lead. We break down how we brought that lead back from dead to a $15,000 closing in 30 days. So rather you're a completely new wholesaler or you're doing a couple deals a month or a couple deals a year, whatever it might be, this video is for you. We are going to improve your sales skills and make sure you are making profitable decisions. So let's get into it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicholas Burris. I co-own Astra Properties, a real estate investment company based out of Connecticut. We wholesale, we flip, we do the whole 9 yards. We've done well over 100 deals. I've closed tens of millions of dollars in transactional volume in my career. And we made this channel to give some free gain to people looking to get into real estate, make money, wholesaling, flipping, whatever they choose. So let's break it down. How did this deal die? We'll start from where we got this deal, why the deal died, how we got the deal back, and when we show you how we got the deal back, I'll give you the exact text that you can copy and paste literally into your text messages to send the sellers when they hit you with this particular objection that killed the deal for us. So to start, where did we get this lead? We spent a boatload of money on inbound leads. And for those of you who do inbound, and for those of you who are spending money on leads every single month, you know when you get an inbound lead and it costs you $300 or $350, maybe even $400 to get that lead, you take them very seriously and you don't want them to fall through the cracks. So when I found out that this lead died, especially because it was in a phenomenal location, it was for a phenomenal price. When I found out this lead died, I was upset. Like, it hurt me, right? I wasted money. I was devastated. I wanted to see where we went wrong and how we could bring it back. So what I did, I asked the sales guy who was working the deal, said, why did this deal die? What did she say that killed the deal? So long story short, my sales guy called her and she's like, hey, listen, my brother's he's gonna get a HELOC loan. We're actually gonna fix up the property. I haven't seen him in a while, but he doesn't want me to sell it for that low of a price. And then basically she rushed him off the phone, and then my sales guy didn't know how to handle it and he hung up the phone. He then texted her and said, hey, can we work something out? Can we still make something work with the numbers or all that kind of jazz? And right here you can see the pop-up. She says, okay, if you want to look, you can, but I just received my HELOC loan for American Eagle, and I'm going to see what my next step is with them. Thanks. So when I saw that text, I was like, I am not going to waste all that time driving out there. This is a great deal, but I'm not going to take away my sales guy's time or my time to go out there and look at this property. If she already raised the money for the HELOC, that's not what we're going to do. So what I did is I gave her an exit. In the concept of sales, not just for wholesaling, but for any sales business, giving someone an exit makes them feel significantly more comfortable with you, and it makes them feel like they're not going to be trapped if they say yes to you. I literally sent my sales guy the text to copy and paste to her that got the response that we wanted, and this is the exact text that you can copy and paste into whatever you're facing, and I guarantee you're going to get a response. What we said is, okay, no problem. I just want to let you know we'd be thrilled to see the place and place an offer if you wanted to part ways with the property. Fixing it could take a lot of time. It can be a really big inconvenience, which is why we provide the solution of buying it at a price better than most investors. Should anything change, please keep us in mind. What do we do here? So this seems like a very generic text. ChatGPT could have wrote it, but it was actually very psychologically broken down to make her think and to make her want to actually sell the property instead of fixing it. So what do we say? Okay, no problem. I just want to let you know we still be thrilled to place an offer. So we're still very motivated. We still want to do a deal. We had to let her know, hey, listen, we're not just going to walk away. We still want to do something should you be interested. We let her know that fixing it can take a boatload of time, right? She bought the property foreclosure. She thought she was going to live in it and fix it up. She's living there for 3 years, never fixed up a single thing. So the chances of her actually spending that HELOC on fixing the property are very slim. She had pets. She had kids. There's no way she was going to actually fix up this property, right? So we let her know, hey, it's going to be a lot of time, a lot of inconvenience, and a lot of money to get this done. We pay more than most investors. What did I do? I put it into a frame of, hey, listen, we pay more than your average Joe, right? So you can go get other offers, but we're probably going to be your best offer. You're probably going to make more than you expect to make if you work with us, right? And then we left the conversation. Should anything change, please keep us in mind. What this does is it says, hey, listen, we're done. The conversation's over, but if you want to text us back, please feel free. We're not going to say no. And that's exactly what she did. She then texted us back and said, my brother's older and he's saying, and mind you, this text is her English was not the best. So I'm going to read this as best I can, but it's very jumbled. So my brother's older. He's saying I won't get that interest anymore. And I was so confused, but I outgrown that house. It's my house, not my brother's. I was surprised I got the HELOC, but okay, let's keep the Friday appointment. Thanks. So this is where the green lights went off. When she said it's my house, not my brother's, this indicates she still wants to sell the property, and she's an extremely motivated seller, right? When there's another decision maker involved, And when the other decision maker is sitting there putting pressure on the party that you're working with directly, remind the person that as long as that person's name is on the house, so remind your seller, as long as that other decision maker, quote unquote, their name is on the house, they have full responsibility and they have full control to do what they want with the house, right? That person could think whatever they want to think of them, but at the end of the day, if they're motivated and they want the cash and they need somewhere to go and they can't keep up with the house anymore, their best bet's going to be selling it. So don't let that third party deter them from selling to you, because eventually there's going to be someone who could overcome that objection and they're going to close the deal while you're sitting, waiting, and hoping that that lady comes back around in 3 months when someone already closed the deal a month after you said it, right? Moving over to here, this is our congratulatory text. I said, this is what I sent to my sales guy. Happy Sunday. Our buyer is taking what's saving for $240. He might also take another deal that we had, but we got that deal signed within 1 day after seeing it. That was our celebratory text. But what happened before we ended up selling the deal to our buyer? Well, we went to go see the property. I actually ended up going with my sales guy, so I want to make sure we could solidify the close. And I also thought we were going to maybe close it if we needed to as well, because I really like the area. It's great for student housing. It's near UNH, which is a really popular school in Connecticut. So I was like, you know what, let me just go see it just in case we do end up buying it ourselves. So we ended up going to the property. We met her. We had a great conversation with her. She walked us through all of her pain points. She basically said how much work the house needed, how she was tired of it, how she wants to go somewhere warmer. Her sister lives down south. All these different things. We're like, hey, listen, we know your brother's involved. We know you might want to fix it, but deep down, it doesn't sound like you want to fix the property. Where do you need to be for this to make sense for you? And then she really thought long and hard about it. She's like, well, I owe this. I know it needs a lot of work. I could probably part ways with it for $250. And I was there, so we did some in real-time negotiation. I was like, listen, the house, it's obviously a lot of work. You gotta rebuild the deck, you need a kitchen, you need 2 bathrooms. That's a boulder that goes into it. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm just gonna say her name was Sarah. I was like, Sarah, what's the best you could do for me today? Right now, I know you said you won't sign anything till your attorney reviews it, but what's the best that you can possibly do for us right now for us to get this deal going? And I can guarantee you, we'll get this thing done for you in 2 to 3 weeks on your time frame. What's the best you could do for me right now? She looked at me in the eye and she said, I'll do $220. And I was like, done. She didn't even have her attorney review it. That night, she signed the DocuSign and we got it signed. Within 2 days, our buyer walked it, signed the assignment, he took it, we closed it in 3 weeks, done deal. No issues at all. It's the cleanest and easiest 15 grand we've ever made, right? So long story short, so many people would let that deal die, right? They'd be like, oh, you're gonna get the HELOC. Okay, I'll follow up with you in a month. Let me know if anything changes, right? You have to stay persistent with people to be able to actually make money in our industry, right? Persistence is key and follow-up is everything. If you get a new lead in your pipeline, you should be calling that lead 6 to 9 times every single day. And it sounds crazy, but if you triple dial somebody, meaning you call them 3 times back to back in the morning, 3 times in the afternoon, and 3 times in the evening, eventually you're gonna get a hold of them. You're gonna touch them over 50 or 60 times by the end of the week. And if they still don't answer, then you call them twice a week. If they still don't answer, then you call them once a week. If they still don't answer, then you call them once a month, and you just add them to a follow-up sequence, right? So many people give up on trying to either contact leads that come in, or they give up after somebody hits them with one objection. Don't let that be you. If you are faced with an objection very similar to this, and you can tweak this however you want, use GPT, use AI, whatever you need to do to tweak the text to fit your objection, keep the same tonality, keep the same language, make sure you give them an exit, but also touch on their pain points, because that's going to make them trust you more, and that's going to help you get your foot in the door if you're local, or else going to help you get the contract signed if you're a remote wholesaler, right? So that leads me to the 3 key takeaways that I give all of my sales guys, as you probably heard in this video. So first is follow-up is king. Like, you have to stay on top of these people, hammer them nonstop, make sure you continuously and relentlessly touch these sellers, rather they're new leads or the leads that are trying to back away from us. Consistently stay on top of them. Speed to lead is everything. Second is you never mark a lead dead until you have exhausted every single possible route, every single thing you could possibly try. You don't mark a lead dead until you've tried it and they are 100% confirmed they are not going to either sell their house or they're not going to work with you. And even if they're not going to work with you, follow up with them in 6 months, follow up with them in a year. I guarantee they're going to forget who you are because you're not that important, right? And third is create emotion when you're talking to sellers, right? So even in the text that we sent, we created emotion. We said, hey, this could be a very big inconvenience. We pay more than most investors. We created some FOMO. And when we got in person with her, we were really able to sell her on the fact that, hey, listen, you don't want to do this. Like, your brother, he's not going to want to fix his house despite you getting a HELOC. You probably want all the money in your pocket right now before the market shifts. What can you do for us to get this deal done? And I guarantee you'll walk away with a big chunk of change by the end of the month. That's it for this video. If you want to learn how to wholesale or you want help overcoming objections, check out the link in the description. Join our free Skool community where we have a free wholesale masterclass which teaches you everything you need to know to get your first contract or to overcome objections and get better at sales and actually talk to people properly. On that note, I will see you in the next video.